Hello, hello, hello. Sweet girl. This is Sweetie Girl who has a bone deficiency. Well, she did. She's just gonna stay small because there were certain things that weren't growing. But tomorrow she has surgery, so she's getting so much more affectionate. I feel like this is all tied in because yeah, this doesn't happen. Yes, you're being very sweet. Is there like a cat lover watching me or something? Because this is a little abnormal from what usually happens. Yeah. Hi. Oh, yeah. I don't know if I should just restart this because I'm sure some viewers are gonna be like, "What the hell's going on?" Yeah. So she goes for surgery in the morning, and I'm getting that you weren't like there was a period of not being affectionate. Confirmation. Okay, and now her brother's coming in here, whose name is Soul. Something about being affectionate in your soul. There was a time. Okay, so I've only pulled one card so far, and I will be pausing this because I'm not going to waste anybody's time. I'm coming up with a better system. So again, there's something in that. You're coming up with a better system. There's something that you're doing that is creating structure. Because we have the buildings here. Planting, you have a green thumb, which also reflects that you are a lover, a nurturer. You know how to meet other people's needs, like you see it. This is a gift of yours. There's something about timing. Everything was timed this way. To go up, we had a bunch of arrows. We got 6 arrows. The sun is coming out behind the clouds. So yeah, you went through a time of really heavy thoughts, karmic thoughts, possibly that was in your DNA and it was your job, it was your mission to sift through these and figure out what was yours, what was not yours, what you wanted to claim as your own, intentionally or unintentionally. Especially if it sparked up emotions and then like you fed that emotion instead of just feeling it and letting it release. Okay, so you're doing some kind of like life review. You were noticing, so spirit was bringing you in energies and thought forms, and you were experiencing something I feel like you've never experienced before, and that's why there was a lack of affection. There was a lack of affection because there was a new structure being built. And during the time of these clouds, these thoughts that you were sifting through, I feel like it's also the ego because the sun is there. Something about David and Goliath and the sun rising from the ashes. So Phoenix rising from the ashes, your ego, the light at the end of the tunnel. So help me out, Spirit. It was an initiation. It was like to see how you would handle it. Yeah. To see what you would stay stuck on, or how you would maneuver to get out of certain things. Maybe you fed a past old version of an old energy, that was familiar, that resembled you at some point in your life, and you were showing it compassion. But it was really spirit just saying, like, honoring and loving and respecting by you being nice and kind to these people. You don't really need to give to them. It's more just acknowledging where they're at and that you were there at one point too. This is super deep. 422. I know 2 plus 2 is 4. Or 4 divided by 2 is 2. So we have like multiple. This is interesting how this is coming in. I actually like that. I have no idea where this is going. We have Athena here at the bottom of the deck. Focal point. There's something you are focusing on right now. The warrior energy, picking up on patterns. Find out where your palace is. It looks like a diamond or like a triangle at the top of like the Venus sign. Like, just look up, yeah, look up your chart. It's free online. Find the options of the asteroids and select Pallas for Athena to see where your pattern recognition placement is. There's something you're picking up on, and it's helping you embody your sovereignty. Something about your hands. I am using a lot of this. And I mean, I do speak with my hands, especially with light language, like, because you can feel it out of the vortexes of your fingers if you really start working with it and just set the intention and allow your body and the energies to flow through you. And again, the clouds in the background. I'm telling you, somebody is picking up on this is so cool that I'm getting this from these two cards. And the only colors, I mean, do you see the pink and the blue? And you were like in this, you've been in a lot of blue, but now you're like rising up to this affectionate energy, and it's like combining the blue with this like pinkish magenta, which is creating this like purplish hue. So like Saint Germain, Archangel Zadkiel, the violet flame, which is great for transmutation and visualization. You know, I do it for my son, my home, myself, closing my eyes, calling in, giving thanks to Saint Germain and Archangel Zadkiel, and giving them permission to flow through my area, even the town that I live in. I ask that, you know, if it's within my power and it's not going to affect me or my family negatively, I ask to spread it out. Being very intentional is what I'm getting. Somebody's being very intentional. And I did hear that, guys. I will get your food going here very soon, okay? It needs to cool down. I have some old animals, so they have to have like special food. Again, probably significant since I'm mentioning it. Or somebody has a relative that they're taking care of, they're a caretaker, and they have to prepare special food. You know, I worked at a nursing home, and I was just a housekeeper, and I became a CNA, but in between that time, they didn't have enough people in the kitchen, and I wasn't a kitchen person, but they needed help, and I'm like, I got you. I'm very quick, you know, very quick learner. Like, what do you need done? Just tell me, and I'll get it done. And the way the food has to be, like certain people, it has to be ground up. It has to be almost a liquid. Others, it's like kind of like part liquid, part not. I don't know why I'm talking about this. I haven't thought about that in like 15, 20 years. So yeah, somebody here is a caretaker, or somebody's taking care of food, prepping food properly for somebody that's sick, or maybe has some kind of, I don't know. It's interesting. Okay, where are we going with this? Crown. Let's take a moment here, because whoever you are, oh my God, I'm going to cry. You got your crown? You've been crowned by spirit. Oh my God, this is a confirmation for somebody. Authority, royalty, leadership, recognition, and fame. Now, let's put a pause on that, because as somebody that has lived in Hollywood and thought I wanted fame, you really need to excavate that and find out why. Why? Because I was not prepared. I did not have a support team. There was no, if I would have went into that, I probably would not be here. I know that. I know that. And the thing is like meeting other celebrities. And for me personally, I never wanted to act like I knew who they were, if it was possible, so that I could see how they were as a real person. Because in my mind, that's how I thought. You know, I'm like, this person probably, like, people coming up and you see their face, their micro expressions, and they're just like, yeah. And I'm like, man, it just seems like they just want to be treated like normal fucking people. So I would act like I had no idea who they were. And it didn't feel the way I thought it was going to feel. They did not feel happy in their position that they were in. So when I went back and not internalized it, but reflected on like, is this really what I wanted? And of course, it was right before my Saturn return, and everything kind of ended up crumbling because I was going after something off of a false foundation, off of a false belief. It was not bringing me, and it wasn't going to bring me the happiness and fulfillment that I knew I was in search for. So let's not be delusional, because then some people are like, that people get it in their minds that if I don't become famous, then I'm nobody. That is 100% not true. The only person and energy that should feel the fame is you personally, on a personal level. Even like when everyone outside of you doesn't get you, doesn't understand you, you might be one of those people that lives, like, you are gifted with a sight and something from the future. And maybe you're not meant to be liked and be that type of famous, but you're famous in a spiritual way. That's what I was getting to. Thank you, Spirit. I do that. I know. I'm working on it. And thank you. Fame in the spiritual realm, I feel, is much more beneficial. I just do. I do. I wholeheartedly believe that. After living in Hollywood, going through the experiences I went through, meeting the people that I did, it is a rat race that it doesn't really end well. It doesn't end in the way that I personally want I see my life going. So whoever's listening to this, if you are seeking fame, if you got your crown by spirit, do not be tempted by the lower energies that are trying to convince you that that is what you need, and that if that is something that you want, there is no shame in that. If that's meant for you this lifetime, then it's meant for you. I know for me personally, at that point in time where I was at and going to Hollywood to be a stunt double and do all these things, I was not prepared and I was not ready. Okay. And as tragic as it was for me at that time, I can look back on some of the worst experiences I had. I would claim that at the time, having a higher perspective, I now know that it was saving me. It saved me. And if you told the version of me at that time that I was being saved, I would look at you and be like, are you okay? Do you not see what's happening to me right now? Again, I was in victim mode. Everything was like, oh, it's happening to me. And when we finally get whoever just got their crown, realized or is realizing that it is them. It is you. It is you that matters, and what you think about yourself and your authority. Not agreeing with other people just to agree with them or to be seen, or like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go along to get along, go along to get along to go along, something like that. Structures are being built for you to hold this crown up. You have earned this because of your pattern recognition, because the way you are observing your thoughts and you are not attaching to them. So this is like giving prepared energy. Like, you are being prepared, and please understand that it does feel like a lot of weight. It does kind of feel sometimes like the weight is on your shoulders, but you're not alone, and you're not the only person that's out there doing this. But your way of going into places and recognizing what thoughts belong to you and which just need to pass. You're really, really understanding and like crystallizing this ability to go, maybe even to cities, go to places and emanate your sovereignty. You're a tuning fork and others are tuning to you, but they will fight. They will resist because you're reflecting parts of themselves that they don't really want to look at. That makes very uncomfortable. So it's not necessarily you, and you're not taking something personally anymore. It's the recognition that you are now recognizing who you are, what your energy does, how you need to move with these energies so that you don't become attached to those clouds, those thoughts that just pass by, or those frequencies from other people around you. It's not you. That way you can still emanate this self-sovereign, like 144 hertz. Because if you are part of the 144 or the chosen, you've hit that frequency. You are able to hold that frequency. Some of us have actually hit it when we were kids, and then we went through trauma and we forgot that we held it. And then it's almost like not knowing how to, using your abilities in the wrong way, which can cause a lot of disaster because you don't understand that, oh, I'm not my thoughts. That thought that I keep having is because I'm around these individuals. I need a second. 1535. We have the Oshun Oracle, which was just released by Divine Goddess on Etsy. I really love her decks. So if you buy decks, I would check it out. Again, it's time. Your pattern recognition, the structures you're building within yourself, the quail's feather. Your path consists of finding luck in the unconventional. This may appear different from another's path. This represents those who do not follow a traditional path. You're not like a majority of people here. You could even resonate with not even running into others like you. Quail feather. Today is the full moon in Capricorn. So if you have any Capricorn placements, look how it will be affecting your houses. If you don't have the time of birth, you can still pull it up. It won't have the houses, but I would ask your guides because they quit printing. I had to get another new copy because I moved and had to leave everything and restart again. So when I had to apply again for another birth certificate, they quit putting the time on there again. I wonder why. Okay, but I was like, man, I used to know it, like, not because of this, because I wasn't into astrology or anything spiritual. I didn't, I was a muggle. And the way it came to me, it was even confirmed through my little sister because she was the one taking my information from my natal chart and trying to do a destiny swap. So let me tell you, if you go into a meditation, if you go and journal and set the intention for like 5 days, like our focus is so powerful, our attention. If we are on the lookout, if we are staying present in the moment, spirit is going to let you know, whether it's from a TV show or something, you hear somebody, you overhear somebody, oh yeah, it was at this time. It was exactly at like 1:05 p.m. Take that as a sign and go look it up and see if it resonates with you, and then give thanks. And also give thanks that it was given to you and it was received by you as if it's already happened. You're like, oh, I don't have my time, but I'm going to get it, because it's not just like, we have to really start tinkering with our abilities and our powers and realize that we are just so magical and so powerful when we are in alignment. And I mean alignment as in your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions are all in alignment to the outcome. One more. The strategy builder. Your greatest gift is your mind. You are the architect and builder of your world. Focus and release the noise. What did I just say about focus? You are the architect. The way that you can focus when you really are not scattered, you're not all over the place, you're not trying to learn this and this and this and this. Now, sometimes, because back before all of the spiritual stuff and the awakening, I would bounce around, and that's actually how I was learning, and I trusted the flow, because one book would have me read until like chapter 4, and then all of a sudden I wouldn't want to read it anymore, and I would jump to another book. And at that time, that was what I needed. That's why when people are like, oh, no, you're not supposed to do that. Maybe they're supposed to be doing that right now, but maybe not later. Everything has levels. Everybody needs context. That's why I quit sharing all this stuff with my son, because it was overloading him. And then he just felt like we couldn't connect. And I felt it too. And I was like, what the hell? And then I realized this might have been what my mother did to my older sister, that created stuff that just is not necessary. Like the kids, and up into a certain point, like they say, they want to say that we're adults when we're 21. No. One, your prefrontal cortex still needs to come into play. Two, you need to get through your first Saturn return, which is, a lot of people have off themselves at the 27 club because of this energy. And that's why I remember the day I got to 28, I was like, thank you. Thank you. It's your fourth 7-year cycle. People need to be looking up these 7-year cycles. Psychological astrology, understanding the consciousness milestones, are transits that come back and affect everybody. It's crazy when people will tell stories and you find out the age that they had those experiences and how it lines up with the transits that they're going through. It's so beautiful. Everything is connected, but yeah. You're building your own world. You're it's like validation. Spirit's going to give you, and your guides are going to fill you. They're going to build you, because you were so used to something for so long, and it's like you are like, okay, I it's really time to accept that this is who I am, because nothing else is working, for one. But it can be a lot, is what I'm getting. Somebody feels like this is a lot. Like, really? Me? Yes, you. You. Because of your mind. Because of your willingness to let go of an old version of yourself that is not helping. You're building a new structure to help support the crown that you are being granted. So, oh, and both of their eyes are closed too. So, like, not being afraid to even, like, because you're not following a traditional path. So when you're around other people and you feel some kind of weird energy, you might even close your eyes and start praying, or like calling in your strategic team, which is Athena, which is funny because the strategy builder, the builder with the city, and then Athena, who is all about strategic moves, wisdom, excuse me, also like the art of war, like being strategic, not feeding it energy and maneuvering around it so that your focus, your energy can go exactly where spirit needs it to go. Okay, yes, we are done with that one. Thank you. Interesting. Purple or blue? Blue. Okay. Whoever I'm talking to, it's like you're really letting go of the past. Something about 8 o'clock, but it's almost like you got into the breaking point where you're like thinking about in this old way, or thinking about what other people are thinking, or what I'm picking up on is not helping. So just by acknowledging that and becoming aware of that, you are creating more layers. I'm getting the third auric layer of understanding of when to share, when to observe the patterns, what is being reflected back to you, that would like your awareness, your attention, so that you can speak it. You can say, oh, well, this is wrong. Not wrong. This, because nothing is here. Yeah, but I wouldn't have said it unless there's something off. There's something wrong in a situation. It's like those pictures, spot the differences, or find the hidden whatever. The hidden pictures within a picture. Man, I would love to meet whoever you are. Exit, a way out Exit strategy, have an escape plan. We have strategy. Picking up on patterns. Hold on. What is this exit? I feel like we need a different deck or a different thing for this. What is this exit? I need a clarification for this exit. The mirror one is not ready to face, a reflection of what they will never become except the truth. Somebody doesn't want to accept a truth that they need an escape plan. And I don't mean this in like, oh my God, get out, like you're in danger. No, that is not what I'm saying. An escape plan is like there, because it's coming up underneath Athena. Recognizing some kind of pattern, generational trauma, the way others are moving. And it's like somebody's looking in the mirror and like, that is not who I want to become. That is not something that, it's like somebody's seeing future timelines and how something's going to play out, and they realize that they need an exit strategy. 2552. A powerful message to trust your intuition, embrace personal freedom, and lean into life transitions. Transitioning out of an old pattern, an old way of thinking. Somebody's escaping something that you never want to become. So it's like with the Athena also, somebody's allowing wisdom, the logic, the left brain to do what it's supposed to do. Like, yo, you know, your feelings, your empathy, people pleasing from the past could be wanting to be like, oh, but it's not that bad. It could be worse. And yes, that is a great thing to say at certain times. But in this instance, somebody is leveling up. Somebody is gaining their crown, and they're, you know, you won't be able to stay there because your frequency is elevating again with those arrows being it, the divine masculine, divine feminine. It's time. You're rising up. Hidden vortex. You are a hidden vortex. Intense energy, conduits, Earth's energy, amplify, power, healing, moving fast and pull. Something is pulling someone. You feel it. You feel it. You feel Earth's energy. You could be seeing the spiral a lot in nature, in a drawing, in the concrete, on the side of a bus or a truck. Okay. But it's also moving, moving with grace and sovereignty. One, you don't need to explain yourself to anybody, and if you're called to, you know, wait till your plans and everything's already done. You don't tell anybody before you do it or start it, or, oh, I was thinking about blah, blah, blah. No. Go tell your journal. Go tell God. Nobody else needs to know until it's done, because seriously, principalities, guys, these aren't people. These are energies. These are systems. These are structures. We have to quit looking at it like in the same old way. And I see that it's really difficult for somebody to accept some kind of truth. Because something that you wanted, whoa, I'm going to take them both because they flipped out together. The heart chakra and the root, stability, grounding, survival instincts. If you do feel like you're being uprooted, and I mean in the body, the nervous system, please understand that this is a process. And that you are safe. Your instincts will guide you. Your heart will guide you. I mean, okay, rebuilding structures, rebuilding. So your root chakra system is being rebuilt, survival, understanding that the world is abundant. Even if you were to be evicted or lose your home or not have enough money for it, keeping the faith that you are protected and you are well taken care of. It may not be exactly how you want it to be, but you will be taken care of. So when I left LA with all of my stuff, I was on the road, staying in motels, hotels, doing things that, you know, I can look back, I would never do again. But it was, I respect and honor that version of myself. And I see, you know, I forgive that version of myself. But it got to a point where I finally had to post on Facebook and reach out and let other people from my hometown know, like, I was robbed. I had a picture of the valet thing with all of my stuff and my two dogs standing outside, had no idea what I was going to do. I had no more money. This hotel had kicked me out. Um, Not because of not having money, but because of my dogs. And I was trying to help somebody else out, which I guess didn't have the best reputation. Again, I should have been more focused on myself instead of other people. So, long story short, there was a beautiful couple. It's not necessary, but they were African American. Um, and I do like to mention that because throughout my life, people that are white have had like this weird, like, I'm better than other people. And it's crazy because people of color, Mexicans, Latinos, African Americans, even from St. Louis, they helped me more than others. And I'm not going to get too personal, but there was a reason for it in my DNA. And it was just so cool to be, it sucked, but it also was really cool to help me understand my life and my journey and why, you know, I experienced certain things. It just all kind of clicked. So maybe that's something that you're going to be experiencing. But my point is that when I finally posted it and said, this, I need help. Right after that, and again, at the time, I didn't make this connection, but looking back later, I did. That the moment I posted that asking for help, this couple that was leaving the hotel came and was like, here's the room key. It's paid for 2 days. And of course, me, I'm thinking, like, I can't even go. I was just so grateful and thankful. Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, and the reason why I couldn't believe it is probably because of my family where I came from, who told me, like, never do that, never co-sign and never help this. And some of that is true. Yes. So somebody that just gives you a hotel room key that's in their name, and they even said, they're like, we felt guided to do this. And I had no idea what that meant at the time. It didn't mean what it means to me now at that time. And I remember going through healing years later and just looking at my behavior and what I did and how I treated other people. And for them to do that, I just remember sending them, like, it was years later too. And it was because it dawned on me how big of a deal that was. You know, oh, my whole crown is tingling. How big of a deal that was for those people to be trusting to a complete stranger, but that they trusted their guidance. They trusted what God, their inner light, was asking them to do. I have chills everywhere right now. And I wish at the time I would have realized that the lack of family and support was the thing that I needed to let go of to allow those who were not of my blood family, but in soul family, to come in and help, and for me to allow myself to receive that help. You know, it was pride. I was raised to, oh, you never get food stamps, you never get welfare, you never get assistance, you never get help. You do it all yourself. And then, and I look back and it's almost like I jumped timelines, because when I finally went back home after living in California and I was pregnant and stuff, they were all about, they're like, we're not helping you. Like, you need to go get financial assistance. You need to do this and this and this. And I am grateful, 34, 34, actually 34, 33. But I know we're going, this is how I get my messages, okay? Because of the experiences I've had. That's how. You are rebuilding your root chakra, your survival, your stability, your understanding of what that is, your empathy, your compassion, your love. Oh, so that's why your affection, the sense of affection is coming back because it was being restructured. That makes complete sense. Because maybe your affection was rooted in survival instincts, you know, even from our past generations and in our DNA that we carry on. You could have had an ancestor or ancestors that in order to survive, they that's what they had to do. They had to give up their own, you know, almost heart chakra, basically their love, like, or that's how they showed love. Like, don't kill them. I'll go with you. I will give myself up. There's so many different stories trying to come in right now when I look at this from our ancestors. That's why doing the ancestral healing, and sometimes you won't even know what it's healing and you're just crying. You know, you go to, I don't know, a meditation group or going on Groupon, or you see a flyer and they're having a gathering. Hey, we're going to be doing this ceremony and we're going to be doing meditations and breath work. And then you end up going to it and you end up crying and you have no idea why, but it was a release. It was a release, and somebody, you know, the energies, the intention there was for healing, was for letting go, was for, you know, evolving. And since you were there, you were a part of it, you were open to receive this forgiveness, compassion, empathy. Rebuilding what survival, stability, and instincts mean for you, what your heart is rooted in. This restructuring. Damn, okay. It's rising. Something is rising. It's time. You're grounded. Your heart chakra is coming back online. You are feeling more affection again. Okay. Can we just do one? These two. I just saw Safe Haven trying to come up for Crown. Ooh. A wave of ecstasy. Tidal wave of emotion within the ocean of the heart. An experience you will never forget. Coming up under Crown. You're getting your crown. You got your crown. This was an unbelievable, ecstatic experience. Because you're allowing your heart chakra to open. Oh, soul, please don't. Please. What are you doing? Thank you. That's so sweet. Oh, so cute. I want to. Oh, that's way too many. Miracles, believe, and faith. I was so upset to see that somebody copied these cards that somebody spent their time and creativity in making on Etsy, and they're not even that expensive. And then somebody took them and made their own version, which looks exactly the same almost, and then they're selling it for like $10 or $15 on Amazon. I don't know. It just rubbed me the wrong way. Something is cooking. Creative plans, making progress, ideas, and using your skills. You are so skillful. The way these cards are coming out, it's obvious that there is a truth that is hard to face, and to accept. But once you do, and if that's your intention, is to let go of what's no longer serving you and move in the direction that your soul will grow and that you will feel fulfilled and receive the recognition that you've always given yourself. I'm also getting there's a perception because this third eye chakra card just fell on exit, visualization, spiritual insight. I'm also getting if somebody is actually in a spiritual awakening, you will need to calm down your third eye chakra or you can be lost. Or somebody is tampering with somebody's third eye chakra and they don't want to accept or believe it. Yeah, there might be somebody, you or somebody around you, who is attaching to the clouds, the thoughts that are meant to pass by. And that's why you're being faced with looking in the mirror and saying, like, is this really what you want to stick around? Do you want to be like any of these individuals? Do you aspire to be any of these individuals? Are they happy? Are they fulfilled? Do they like somebody's getting clarity that there's a way out through using their third eye? It's not going to be conventional. What did it say? Unconventional path. Your way of luck is very unconventional. Keeping that faith and trust and knowing what God has shown you, what you feel to be true. And I mean that because of the wave of ecstasy. This wave of ecstasy through the heart chakra, being communicated through the I am presence, through your heart. This is giving heart orgasm, also receiving your crown. Something is cooking. Oh, use your third eye. Speak to it. Use your Saturn finger to activate it, or whatever fingers that correspond with certain planets, Jupiter or Saturn, who, overcoming lessons. And the thing is like, you don't even really have to overthink it. Just intuitively, which finger, like third eye, which finger, and just listen to it. It does. Sometimes it does seem crazy and woo, but it's you trusting your intuition and your guidance. Rest, quiet, calm, inner peace, serene, tranquil spirit. A temporary pause is needed. You can reemerge when ready. That's what this is giving. Like a rebuilding so that the crown can be held. What is it? Something is heavy for the one who wears the crown. Responsibility. Because you really have to pay attention to your thoughts. The more power and understanding and stepping into your power that you have, the more responsibility you have to be in control of yourself, not that Athena energy. Finding a way out. There is something around you that, maybe you wanted it to become something and it's not going to. And that's okay, because that means there's something better. Rebuilding the structure. This is also giving me the Impatient Caterpillar. I love that book. I bought it for my son. Great series if you have a child that's like under, I don't know, I guess 10. Really funny, just really, really cool book. But that's what this is giving, the Impatient Caterpillar. He's like, 2 weeks, I gotta be in a chrysalis for 2 weeks. And he's like, no, I think I've metamorphosized enough. And he comes out and he's like, how do I look? And he's all slimy and his wings, like he's not completely transformed because it needs to break down. The system, the structure has to completely break down. And it can be very painful. I mean, I'm not personally that insect right now. So, but you can imagine having everything broken down and melted and reformed into a new way. And from a human perspective, it is, because it's like everything you once thought was true is either not true, or it was true for that point in time to get you to this new truth. I love you so. I love you so. But yeah, if you've been already in that pause, that means you're coming out of it, or you just need to take a pause. I don't know, because it's not coming up for on the section. Don't make a deal just because of money. Wow. Because money is impermanent. Who can I help? How can I help? What are my best attributes to where I can help others, and it also feeds you in a healthy way to where you're not affected. Like, I don't know, running a business and like not like, oh my God, if I don't get this sale, like blah, blah, blah is going to happen. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. You're still going to be fine no matter what, because you're following your heart, you're following your guidance and your intuition. Something is cooking. Be patient. Take that pause. Really gain that clarity. Ooh, I'm sorry, baby. Your third eye is helping you. You have a great mind. Man, with that coming up with the strategy builder and the third eye chakra, like, let me just show you what I'm seeing. Strategy, the third eye. It's almost like she's looking up, because I know like Yogananda, I love looking at his picture because it really stuck with me. It was like his eyes were like looking up here. And there's even something I think Shiva or Krishna was talking about, looking up into, and then it eventually drops, and then you can like see different visions. Mine was the left eye. Left eye. Clarity, spiritual insight, focus, release the noise, and it fell on exit, a way out. The noise, exit the noise. There's a pattern of noise that maybe others are giving into, distractions, and looking in the mirror and realizing that is not going to get you what you want, or that's what you did, and this is confirmation. This feels like set like a journey of somebody's. Like, this isn't maybe all at once. I don't know. Take it as it resonates, you guys, because I know that I end up saying things and I mean it one way and other people end up getting a message from it in another way. That's why not being controlling or like, oh, I have to prove this, I have to explain this. No, they want to misunderstand you. They're going to misunderstand you because they're just meant to. They're just not there. And that's why, like, what I was talking about with my kid, like, there's certain things, like, I want him to love himself and know he's always guided and protected. And that even when it seems like he's alone, you are never alone. But not overdoing it, like basics and fundamentals, so that as he gets older, he can build upon those. Like, even stopping yourself from perpetuating something from the past, a past pattern, or, oh my God, this happened to me, so this could happen to you, because it affects others. And don't give advice unless you're asked. You really shouldn't, because it might be somebody's karma they need to go through. All right, guys, we're going to wrap this up. This has gone on very long. Leo energy. Make more content. I create with love. Pending rewards. Don't miss out on opportunities. Doubting your talents. Level up soon. What did I tell you? Rebuilding the structures, rebuilding yourself up, recognizing the truth of what you're capable of. You have multiple talents that will drive you to the top of your craft. Continue to build up your courage and confidence towards it. This is your pot of gold. 4848. Again, beautiful cards. I would go check these out on Etsy. It does take her a while to ship it, but it's worth it. It's worth it. Yeah, you create with love, and there's something that you're recognizing around you that doesn't, or a thought pattern, or something trying to say that, or a voice within, or something, an energy that you're holding or you've held on to that says that you're not ready. You're never going to become something. You need to accept the truth. No, that's the old paradigm. The law of correspondence, immutable law, it never changes. Ability to logically understand the nature of things beyond your understanding. Logically understanding how your mind orientates your reality. What did I just say? Somebody's mastering their mind. They're exiting an old way of thinking of like, oh, you're not ready. You can't become this. You need to accept that you'll never be that. Like, what? There is no separation. Your heart, your root, the I am rising up. It's time. Since everything is mind, including you, mind, third eye, strategy, patterns, you are discovering your mind. Hermes Trismegistus, Hermetics. The universe is mental. What do you give attention to? What thoughts do you feed? What energies? Oh, that person was mean mugging you. And maybe you picked up on their envy and you just instantly, well, that's not mine. Because I don't even fucking know you. That's them, and just kicking that energy out. And that's like strengthening your force field. As above, so below, as within, so without, as without, so within. Call all spiritual laws go beyond physical laws. That's what I was saying earlier. You have your luck comes in an unconventional way. Others are going to see you and be like, holy crap, like, can you believe what they're doing? Blah, 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 blah. Let them, because you have a different path. It's going to look completely different than other people's. Your sixth sense, your third eye, you guys, this is repeatedly coming up. I can't even. Your first eye, your sixth sense, your third eye chakra. Look at your mental world to understand your physical world and vice versa. Rebuilding from your mind, from within, your structure on how to deal with thoughts and what is yours, what is not, what to create with, your intentions in creating. As above, so below. 144 on my phone. Enchanted Rock. As above, as above, as above, so below. And new structures. The root chakra, the heart chakra. Stability, the way you view stability. As above, so below. Connecting to the I am. The root chakra is the I am. Mother Gaia, that is activating and getting in connection with the divine feminine, which allows access to the divine father, Father God, getting your crown, the wave of ecstasy. You are amazing. I want to give you a hug right now because this was so hard. This was very rough and very confusing at times. I'm so happy for somebody right now. Like, trust us. You are safe and protected. Healing generations, ancestors communicating and working through you. I told you, somebody's not taking something personally. Like, oh my God, I can't believe I did. You are working through karmic generation, like things that your ancestors did that they weren't able to see or overcome. And you're listening, you're tapping in, you're not identifying with the past mistakes and thoughts or whatever maybe you did give into, because they were there to give you context so that you could see it and be like, oh, okay. So that was to reveal this pattern to me and bring this to my awareness so I could rewrite it and let that go for my ancestors, for my future bloodlines. You are being nurtured by your ancestors to break contracts, karma, and generational trauma. Look to your childhood versus now for insight. Yeah. We want to just pick up and keep moving on, but when we really start looking at the patterns, like I said, the 7-year cycles, what happened, you can do 7-year cycles and 12-year cycles. I would look at the first 7 years, complete years, not just to age 7, boom. completed. Like when people talk about 33 years and 34 and Jesus and completing 33 years. So at 34. And again, that spiral, third eye, 54, 54, forward movement, no looking back. Did I say 34, 34? I meant 54, 54. And then I got a confirmation buzz. 54, 54 represents a period of spiritual transformation, asking you to balance bold life changes with grounded stability and discipline. Your mind is so powerful when you envision yourself creating with love and having the right intentions of enjoying, looking forward to waking up and helping others and being poured into as well. Defining what fame is for you, defining what love is to you, because we all have different definitions. Like I can remember the word humility. I remember somebody said it and I didn't realize that they were actually projecting onto me because I was like, dude, and I took it on as my own for so long. And I was like, you know what? Let me look up the definition. When I looked up the definition, I was like, dude, I've been showing humility for a very long time. And that's the moment I realized that that was projection. The spiritual awakening is only the beginning. It's almost like, hey, we love you. This is who you are. Now you're going to have to go through this thing. It's like dark night of the soul, but it's not a night. It can last a very, very long time, and it can even come back. But it's there to help us. And you're protected during this time. You're being guided during this time. It's also like we can make little mistakes and not catch it right when it happens. Okay, all right. I'm wrapping it up. I know you're hungry. I'm sorry. Apologies. Responsibilities, you guys. As above, so below. You're becoming more affectionate. You're receiving your love back. It's because your mind is getting straight. You're it's like spirit giving you back your crown. Like, hey, you were presented a crown, depending on where you're at in your journey. And then like, hey, we're going to restructure, we're going to rebuild this root chakra, your heart chakra. And it kind of turns some things off because it's almost like sending it in to be fixed. You don't have it for a while because it's being upgraded and worked on as you sift through these past versions of yourself, the past thoughts, thought forms, so that when it does come back and it's supercharged up and it's leveled up in a new way, you're able to hold and handle that energy within yourself because of your training of understanding that everything is up here. What you believe, what you think, what you give your attention and energy to. New level of success and achievements coming up. You guys, it's giving booked and busy. Count your blessings. Expect a windfall of abundance to your business or maybe a new job or promotion. Rewards are ready to be revealed based on your effort towards your goals. You have become a master at your craft, and the universe is confirming this through this new achievement. Wave of ecstasy. Crown. Are you kidding me? Sovereign. In touch with their Jupiter energy, their expand, like wherever that is in your chart. Holy moly. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. 2 more, please. Whoa, that was like a lot more, and I'm not taking those. All right, everybody. Are we just licking and laying on each other? Something is cooking, planting seeds. Something is cooking, planting seeds. The quail's feather. You do not follow a traditional path. There is a time to seed and a time to plant. Seeds are your ideas, while the planting process is your effort towards the idea, whether big or small. Growth process. The action behind your manifestations. What did I tell you earlier? The thoughts, the feelings, and then the action. Okay? So swords, cups, wands creates the pentacles. And this planting seeds is you actually putting in the wand energy, so fire energy. You could be getting readings with a lot of fire because something is cooking, making progress, ideas, using your skills. You're putting something into practice. Allow yourself to receive the benefits behind your planted seeds. Remember, the effort being made in the present moment is what is yielding future results. Patience and consistency is key. Also, moderation is key, because things that the society wants to tell you is bad and blah, 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 and you know, can't be a smoker, you can't no, everything in moderation. Moderation is key. You have to be able to let it go. Can you let something go for 3 days? That shows the universe that you aren't addicted to it. You don't have to have it. If you can turn your attention and your energy on something else and just give that to spirit for a while, it shows that you're able to release it and it doesn't have a hold on your life. Interesting. Yeah, the way that you are tending your plants and the seeds that you've planted is not going to look like other people. But something's cooking from this. This is so cool. Holy crap. The cards, the way all these cards came out is amazing. So we are in Cancer season right now. This says Cancer on it, Venus in Cancer. Partnership and connections with will will bring true happiness and prosperity. This connection will elevate your soul. Soulmate or tribe, mutual love, compassion, healing, and fulfillment. Spirit could be showing you a vision of this, or you're getting clarity. Your perception is clearing up. You're focusing on this within your mind of what you deserve and what you want to attract, and letting go of like even creating or creating something with the wrong intentions. You know, expect to attract soul-based partnerships, whether platonic, romantic, that will elevate your life noticeably. These dynamics are growing connections that are meant to be. They offer a sense of reassurance, nurturance, and comfort, a connection that harmonizes and gives rather than takes. So you're in a pause, or you're being asked to pause so that you can recreate mentally in your belief system what partnerships are to you. You know, the envy and third party situations and all of that is karmic. That's low vibrational. That's not gonna if we don't deal with that within ourselves and just make the statement like, I'm never allowing that to happen again. I from this moment on, that will never be allowed to happen to me again. I'm putting my foot down, and then spirit will, the universe will basically bring into you what you need to follow, those intuitive nudges or whatever, so that will never happen again. It's stating something with your belief, with all of you, and then your actions need to follow that in order for it to actually become that pentacle, a real thing, you know? So you're recreating relationships and what they will look like and feel like and be like. Like, any friendships and business relationships, and also knowing how to like not show too much of yourself, you know, like your really intimate personal things, because you really want to get a feel for people. And maybe in the past you just bleh. When you picture it, when you really feel it, of what these relationships and partnerships will be like never having to work, like trust, great communication, no second guessing or thinking that they're cheating, because especially if you're an empath, you're picking that up from them, which they need to go heal. You don't need to be a part of. You can always bring it up if somebody is in a relationship like that and you're not cheating, but you keep getting that thought, that inkling, that is somebody that you are around. And they are because they haven't healed something, or they think all women or all men are cheaters, whatever their belief is, and you know that it doesn't belong to you and that you don't want or feel that way, then just, hey, is there some part of you that has trust issues and believes like something about cheating? Did somebody cheat on you in the past? Like, be open and honest about what you're picking up. That is honest, truthful communication, so that you're able to form an exit plan and move accordingly, you know? And maybe that's not something that somebody wants to hear, or they've already heard it and they don't want, that's just, and I get it. I really do. But you can also just keep asking Spirit, like, send more confirmations and nudges and signs so that I have no choice but to see the real truth and accept it. And it's hard. Okay. But this looks absolutely freaking amazing. I'm getting a little hot and sweaty here, because these keys, they so hot. You guys are so making me sweaty. Shed the tears, learn from the bees. I'm not going to take that one. Number 9, shed the tears. Allow yourself to cry, man. Even if it's like from a movie and you don't really understand why, let it release. Let it come up and out. Do not allow your ego, or like, oh, what if this person sees me? I need to hide it, or I need to stuff it down. No. Think of yourself, man. If God didn't want us crying, we wouldn't have the capability of crying, or men wouldn't have tear ducts, It's stupid. Tears are sacred. Pain happens. The ache needs to be released. Suffering devours the psyche. And remember, spirituality literally stands for the end of suffering, okay? Suffering devours the psyche. We cannot control pain, but we do have some influence over how much we suffer. This is a sacred alchemy that comes only after grief. Give your tears space. Unleash all the messages that would diminish you. Ignore the voices that suggest you should be over it by now. I told you, there's literally this little voice inside of us that wants to be like, oh yeah, just get over it. What do you, like, don't listen to those thoughts in that voice that makes you feel worse about yourself. Okay? You want to listen to the voice that helps you feel expansive and big. And I'm going to add on there, unless it has to do with something in truth and reality. Like, you can't be so delusional that you're like, oh no, this person didn't pass, but they did. And the grief needs to be felt and moved through and create, alchemy take place. Okay, unleash all the messages that would diminish you. Ignore the voices that suggest you should be over it by now, or tell you that grief looks one way but not another, or tell you that you somehow deserve this pain. The medicine you need to heal is actually inside the wound. Empty the wound of pain and empty your heart of tears. Only when you are willing to sit with your agony and companion your sorrow will you sense the medicine rising, growing wild and green in all the places that were once desolate. So this is giving me, like, again, like, even disconnecting from feeling, like Vampire Diaries, turning off the humanity. Something was really big, and it shut something down. It needed to be restructured, reevaluated. What was that thing at the end? Like, all of this is tying in for me. The wild green places that once were desolate, the wild green correspondence, as above, so below. Getting something restructured and rebuilt that was forgot where I was going with that. Oh yeah, the rising. Again, you're rising up. You're allowing something to rise, as above, so below. Shed the tears. Take this pause. There's a strategy at hand. Creating alchemy from some kind of grief. something you didn't receive or something you allowed yourself to believe. Forgive yourself because, it's about context, it's about timing. There are no mistakes. Literally, there's no mistakes. But the tears do need to be shed. Anytime I feel getting emotional and that I'm gonna cry, I don't care who's around. It's made so many people uncomfortable, even my son, and he would ignore me. And it was because, he was told to shut off his emotions when we went through something pretty painful and I wasn't around. So it is normal, it is natural, it is a part of alchemy. It's actually so powerful. This is also giving me Virgo energy. I don't know why, but the South Node in Virgo is leaving. I don't know when. I think in July. About to happen. Huh. There is a medicine, or this already happened, and you've allowed medicine to come up and be created. You took something, grief, pain, and you're alchemizing it and changing it into something that's very powerful, something that you're going to grow, because this is a new level for you. And it's not going to be like other people's. It's going to create a lot of ecstasy within the heart. It's so beautiful. Continue to evaluate your beliefs and the thoughts that you've been giving attention to. Have that rest and quiet time to allow yourself that space to shed those tears, and you're going to feel so much better. 1, 1, 1, 2, 3. All right, you guys. I love you. The universe loves you, and everything's working out for your best and your highest good. Until next time.